Hey guys, it's Michelle, and I am here with a list of books that are coming out in February 2015 that have piqued my curiosity. And this is not like sponsored by anyone. This is me being a big old book nerd and pouring through lists of books coming out in 2015 on the internet. And for every one that I put on my list, there were probably 20 or more that did not make the list, but this is just what suits my reading taste. So a lot of fantasy on this list, a lot of fantasy. On February 10th, the first book on my list is called Seeker, and the author I've never heard of is Arwen Elise Dayton. And this story follows a young lady, and she is training to take an oath to become a seeker. And a seeker works with two other people, companions, and they are basically the good guys of the world. They go out and protect the weak and things like that. So she is very excited, very dedicated to this idea. And she takes her oath and immediately finds out that her parents are not who she thought they were. Her love interest is not the kind of person she thought he was. And being a seeker is not what she thought it was. So I can imagine this epic internal struggle inside of this young lady of trying to battle what she thought she was becoming versus what she was becoming and what in the world to do about it. So sounds pretty interesting, and it definitely has my curiosity piqued on that one. On the same day is a book coming out by Kristen Simmons, the author of Article 5. It's called The Glass Arrow, and it's being described as a cross between The Handmaid's Tale and Blood Red Road. And I absolutely love the Dustlands trilogy, which the first book was Blood Red Road, written by Moira Young. I absolutely adored that series. So that's kind of what's got me really curious about this one. The Handmaid's Tale side of it, though, might be a downer for me because essentially in this world, there are very few females. And so there are people that hunt them and sell them for breeding rights. And so I have a feeling that kind of content is really gonna rub me the wrong way. But you never know, I might end up enjoying it. And maybe the Blood Red Road side of it, aspect of it will win me over and make the other side of it okay. Who knows? But it's definitely got me interested. Then on February 17th is a book called Half the World coming out, and this is by Joe Abercrombie. And this is the second book in the Shattered Sea trilogy. In the first book, you meet Yarvi. He's an heir to the throne. He's not the heir, but he is an heir. And he's deformed and can't fight, and so he's seen as unfit to be king. Well, of course, all of a sudden, the other heirs are killed off, and he needs to take the throne. There's a big old adventure involved. There is a ton of backstabbing involved. So many betrayals in that book, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It is convoluted and political and just exciting and a great story. So I'm really excited for book 2, and it's called Half the World. Now, it does not follow Yarvi. It follows Thorn, who is a young lady. Her father has been murdered, and she is training to be a warrior to try to avenge his death. So she gets swept up in the politics of the kingdom. Yarvi is somehow involved, and she has to set off on this mission. She's got one person to take with her, and he is a warrior, but he is reluctant to kill anyone, which is seen as a weakness in this society. So sounds like all kinds of things could happen, but it does mention blood and deceit in the synopsis, and that would not surprise me at all based on the first book. So looking forward to some more backstabbing in that story. Then on February 17th is a middle grade book coming out, and normally I'm not excited about middle grade, but this one sounds really cool. It follows a young man named Owen, and he thinks real life is boring, and that's because he reads a lot, and he thinks the world in the books are so much more interesting. He has a favorite series in particular that he really enjoys. He is in the library one day when he sees one of his classmates step out of a book. Yeah, she steps out of a book, and so he ends up talking to her. She wants him to keep it a secret that she can step out of books. And the reason she can do this is because she is half fictional. Her father is a fictional character, and she is going into books searching for him. So, of course, Owen wants a reward, a prize for keeping her secret. And, of course, what he wants is to be let into the books in the series that he adores. So the questions come up. Could her father be part of his favorite series? Is he going to mess up his favorite series by being part of it? And it just sounds like it could be really fun. And just the thought of a character that is half fictional sounds incredible. Love it. So, and lastly on my list for February 2015 is coming out on February 24th. And this book is called Dove Arising by Karen Bao. And the story follows a young girl named Fette. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. It looks very like Vietnamese, that kind of region of Asia name. Her father is dead. She lives on a moon colony, which is cool in and of itself. But her mom is arrested. Now, she is young and has tried to keep off the militia's radar. She doesn't want to be part of the military. She works in a greenhouse taking care of plants that are used for food. And the arrest of her mother, she has siblings to take care of, and so she does end up having to join the militia. She is paired up with a partner who she can't really trust, this young man. I don't know if there's going to be a love interest there, but it wouldn't surprise me being YA. I guess this would be sci-fi? Yeah, I think it would be sci-fi. But she basically just has to turn all her thoughts to ranking high, saving her siblings, and freeing her mom. But things don't go as she would like them to, and then she has to deal with all the chaos. So sounds like that one could be a pretty fun ride, and this is the first in a series, so we'll see how that one plays out. So thank you for watching about books I'm interested in February 2015, and happy reading.